Muy buenos días, mi linda raza. Live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street, the voice for Chicanos. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that pinchy subscribe, hit the bell. And when you hit the bell, you gotta hit the all button. That way you're notified every single time that we go live over here. We're across the country. Ya casi estamos here on the East Coast. Tuvimos que, we did a stop in Dallas. Dallas is firme. The barbecue. The food is good in Dallas, gente. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to start no guerras. I'm not trying to start no guerras, but the Mexican food in California is better. Is better. I'm not being biased, gente. I told you guys a long time ago, and you guys already know. You know my get down. You should know my get down by now. You know what I mean? Everything that I was programmed to learn and know growing up, I've unprogrammed myself, so I'm not biased, gente. So what it is in Texas, tienen comida sabrosa. Matter of fact, you get more bang for your buck in Texas. O sea, agarras más comida, a little bit better service también, okay? In California, they'll, they'll throw you the pinche taco and put them on your plate and keep it pushing because there's a lot of people to serve, right? Allá la gente más amable in Texas, and they even serve you como melted cheese, frijolitos, kind of like a little all the sides first, and then you get the comida. But gente, I don't know what it is. The Mexican food in California is still just a notch or a level above. I'm not saying it blows it out of the water from Texas, but it's a notch. It's above. Okay, cálmense, cálmense. Just to keep it real. So stayed in Dallas for a little bit, but then we had to keep it pushing, and now we're in the bluegrass state. That's right. I appreciate you. Pocho Live Podcast is in the casa, my boy. Risky Business. That's right. That's a day oneer right there. Risky called in the other night. Híjole, he was hey cabron. I feel you on what you were talking about, cabron. You know, people cross lines and disrespect and on the internet all the time, bro, because they get brave behind a keyboard. People get brave behind a phone knowing they'll never have to personally meet the person in person, right? But we already know what it is. I appreciate you, the risky bit. He says, Pocha, do you have a podcast or a channel? So Pocha did a lot of interviews on IG way on IG before his IG got hacked or he had to restart it over. El güey estaba, Pocho was breaking ground on IG and putting a lot of effort and a lot of to building his IG than most people. Most people weren't putting all that effort like Pocho. So does podcast mean the person has to be in the same room? Then that would be different. Then that would be different. Me, what do I do? Pues I don't know. You can call it what you want to, cabrón. Ya cálmate. That's right. Los Angeles, halfway, Puerto Rock. That's right. Good morning. Sending my respects. I don't know who Paco is. Okay. Well, we're gonna get to that right now. So cabron, and my bad, I'm missing the comments. I try not to miss the comments, but here we go. So then after Dallas again, I don't go to I wouldn't go to Dallas for the Mexican food. But for the barbecue, oh yeah, man. The barbecue in Texas is ridiculous, gente. You literally will go to a barbecue place in Texas and it's like como se dice, it's like a cafeteria. You grab your tray. Not all of them are like this, but the ones that I've been to, you grab your tray, you go down the line, and there's everyone that's just cutting meat, all the sides, ready to serve you. It's like a chow line. It's like a chow line, and then you go and eat, and then you can get back in line at the chow line again. Again, this is Texas barbecue. You eat again, and then in the end, you end up paying. So, man, the barbecue in Texas, but still, gente, don't hate, don't hate. The Mexican food in California is just a level above the Texas. Don't hate, cabrones. Don't hate. Maybe it's the salsa. It could be a salsa. My favorite salsa is chile de árbol. Not a lot of people like that one. They say it's a little bit spicy, but that's my favorite one. Anyways, so now we're in the bluegrass state, gente. And I know it's 9 o'clock over there, cabrones, but we got to start getting ready in about an hour. Or here to head out to La Chamba. Okay. Congratulations to Ella and to Ben. All right. It's going to be a beautiful location. One of the los beneficios, incentives de jalando, pues estas cosas que hacemos trabajando eventos is that it takes us everywhere, gente. It'll take us the East Coast, down south, here, France, Italy, San Miguel de Allende, Mexico, you name it. It's just a perk, gente. I'll be if I'll be dropping videos maybe sooner or later if I start planning it. Right now I'm just just bringing you guys along for the ride, but not visually because then I don't have anyone or the time to shoot while I'm at the jale and then have to go and edit the video. No, I can't do that right now. So anyways, we're in Kentucky. Real quick story, gente. A while ago, a long time ago, I won a pool. It was a March Madness pool for picking Kentucky, the Pinchy Wildcats. And guess what? They went all the way and they won the pennant. So while I'm here in Kentucky, I'm gonna be looking for a place that sells merch, university merch, college merch. I've already seen it. Me and the wife, we went to Desayuno this morning. We already seen people wearing the hoodies. They're big on college down here. Aquí la gente está más amable, man. To be keeping it real with you, te saluda la gente. Está más amable. La mayoría son güeros y negros, pero también hay raza. Okay, también hay raza. We caught the airplane with some raza. We're probably the only Mexicanos. Maybe there was only 5 of us out of like 60 or 80. But anyways, to get back to Los Angeles Half Life, he says, I don't know who Paco is. So on the way over here, I was thinking what movie to watch. What movie to watch? You know, you got to buy the internet and a pinche avión. It's not going to be free. And so you got to buy the internet. And so $19, $12, something like that. So Paco was, he's Benjamin Bratt, right? He's a lot of ladies, heartthrobs. He's very handsome y toda la chingada, right? But Paco Aguilar, that was one of his breakout roles, right? In '93, that's when the movie. So basically, he's El Gallo Negro. He's the baddest Chicano in the barrio. Everyone looked up to him, especially in his hood. His whole hood knew that he was the leader. You know what I mean? And I didn't know. I was trying to understand the makeup of the family. At first, I misunderstood. I thought Paco and Cruz had the same mom, but they didn't. No. So Paco's mom, Dolores, and I found out because Cruzito said his stepmom, Dolores, at his speech when he got the scholarship to the Los Angeles College of Arts. He said, my stepmom, Dolores. And I'm like, oh, okay, so a stepmom. So it was Dolores had Paco. The stepdad had Cruzito. And then Juanito was both of theirs. So Juanito was the one, that was both of theirs. But they were tight. They were like hermanos. Paco's the baddest Chicano in the barrio. You already know what it is. Everyone looked up to him. He had major hands. I mean, vicious, major hands. Like his fights had to be just 2 hits. Him hitting you and you hitting the floor. That was gonna be it, for Paco. So we watched that. It's the unedited version is more than 3 hours. I never seen the scene where Miklo was he got granted parole. Then he went over to La Onda Yarda, which would be like the San Quentin 6 yard. He went to the 6 yard on San Quentin, and they celebrated him. I never seen certain scenes. You know what I mean? Popeye telling him that he needed his vote to get on the council. I never saw that scene. Most of us just seen them riding down in the bomba cruise painted, y fumando el toque. Most of us only ever seen that scene, but I never seen this other scene, so that was real, real good. So the whole reason people were saying he's a vendido, my bad, I'm missing a lot of comments, you guys. I'm still on this third comment of the whole live, my bad, because he wanted to know who's Paco. Benjamin Bratt, the actor in Blood In, Blood Out, which is also known Bound by Honor. Great movie. Top 3 Chicano movies of all time. Forget about it. Forget about it. That's not even a debate. Okay. And go support that. Go on Hulu and go support that, gente, please. Because what happens is if the numbers don't run up, then they'll have to look for another carrier and sign another contract. So you can leave it on Hulu right now if you guys go and watch it. If not, it'll switch platforms. So he ended up being the baddest Chicano in the barrio. And then what happened on when Spider got murdered, which got Miklo back then? I think they probably put it down to like some kind of aggravated manslaughter charge because he only ended up doing 9 years. They downplayed it. Paco ended up, instead of going to jail, he ended up going to the military. Now, in this newer generation that we're at right now, oh, that's leva. Oh, that's this. Oh, that's that. Cálmanse with your skinny jeans. Cálmanse, okay? The 90s were different. And so they were probably doing different sentences like that. I'm not saying that's true. Of course, we know it's a movie. I'm just saying if they offered boot camp instead of jail to a minor, which was he a minor? No, he looks too old. He had to be an adult. I mean, he's just too tall, and plus he looks in his 20s in the movie. So I don't think it was a minor. I don't think he was a juvenile in the movie playing a minor. Is what I mean. So Calmanse, he ended up going to the core, and when Crucito was just coming out of the hospital, ahí estaba, man. They did a little walk together, and they were like, "Man, it's been crazy." Crucito got his spleen broken by tres puntos, of course. We all know that infamous scene. And his spleen was ruptured. And they went ahead and they got their get backs. But on the get backs, Miklo caught a body. And I feel bad for Miklo, man. He was always just on the outside looking in, man. And he even told the Mero, you know how it's been? All my life, he said, I've been kept out. Knowing my mother is as brown as you, todo eso. But anyways, Los Angeles Half-Life. I gave you a long answer, my boy. El Gallo Negro. Yeah, that's El Gallo Negro. It's El Gallo Negro. That's right. Orale, see, dog. I see you, my boy. Live right here from Kentucky, cabron. We probably got about another hour and a half before we catch that Uber over to the wedding, cabron. I appreciate you. That's right. That's right, Los Angeles Half-Life, cabron. The first 10 minutes was answering your question, cabron. There's my brother right there, OC714. Good morning, Chicano Tube, Mr. and Mrs. Chicano Tube. Have a blessed day, Saturday, friends. Cabron, how you been, man? How you been? What have you been up to? It's called life. Update us, way. I remember you used to jump on every once in a while. I just send blessings your way, hermano, and I know you got a level head on your shoulders, so I know you're coming up, way. Mikey's that guy. Orale. That's right. I appreciate you, Julio Solorio. That's right, my boy. Okay, risky business. Now risky business has to chime in now. Okay. South Texas, Texas has the best Mexican food. So what is Dallas? North? So if Dallas is north, and what's Houston? Central? That those are the only places I've been to, cabrón. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I've been to. Ha tenido bodas in Laredo. That's south. Texas City was another one. That one with Ramiro was Texas City. And Texas City was, I believe, was right on the Gulf, the edge of the Gulf Ocean. That was southeast, right on the Gulf Ocean. So we've been to Texas a couple times, man. But South Texas, orale, I appreciate you, Risky. That would be Laredo. And so we've definitely been there. Laredo's on the border, no? Yeah, yeah, Laredo has really got Miss Chicano Tube is here. Probably faintly hear the background. These mics are so damn. You know what? Shout out to these microphones. The newer mic, they're like the DJI Rode microphones. I got the block ones. The wifey did. She got the block microphones. We highly recommend these pinchy mics, man. A lot of people that just they don't use mics. It just takes it to another level, the sound. So shout out to these block Rode DJI mics. South Texas, yeah, Laredo. So that's the border. He did. Okay, so let's talk about that. So he did sell out. Okay, so man, it's hard to call, man. We're looking at it through 2024 lentes, or we looking at it through 90s lentes. And selling out, I mean, come on. I mean, man. Okay. So Miklo in the hospital told him like this. He told him, perro vendido. He told him, I'm cutting you off like they cut off my leg. That was Gacho. Could he have let Miklo go? Could he have okay, first of all, if he's gonna get let Miklo go when as Zodis, when he looked at him dead in the eye through the van and saw his primo was catching another case coming out from doing 9 years. He thought he was doing good, but obviously they're taking advantage of him at the tire shop. They're pinching his money and all that stuff. They'll do that. Could he have turned around and just said, fuck it, I'm gonna act like I'm not seeing him, play it off, look around. If the other Güero Gabacho, his partner, is not there, then yeah, he could have played dumb and he could have walked away. He could have let Miklo run away. And but again, that would have been against his integrity. If he had the highest level of integrity in his professional career, then that's not getting compromised. He can't do that. He can't let, even if it's his own cousin. So the shooting Miklo, mm, that it didn't have to lead to an amputation. That was probably just for the movie, but it led to an amputation. They cut off his leg. You know what? And then after that, when Miklo went back and caught the bus again, the Grey Goose, um, when he caught the murder was the case that they gave me. When he caught that and went back to the bus, he had a different look on him, man. He was like he was on metal mode. He went back. He got taken under the wing from the metal, but then he investigates him. Paco investigates him. He keeps locking people up. So I guess D Money says he sold out. I don't know. Terp says it depends where in Texas. Orale, that's right. So yeah, I've been to Spring Creek Barbecue. That's one place that I remember. I can't remember all the names. That place is the one that stood out, mi raza, because it was like a cafeteria line. It was like a chow line. That chow line reminded me, pues tú ya sabes, man. I mean, it actually reminded me of the camp. So in the members only, I dropped my Chicano story. I'm on part 7. The members only get the unfiltered, unwatered down. The videos that probably would get un chingo de likes, but it would be contradictory to where I'm at now and my message now. I'm not like these internet guys on the internet. They still want to claim the fame. They still want to act tough. They talk about they're for the people. They're for helping people. Gangs are low level. And at the same time, they're throwing up gang signs. They're acting tough. They're walking up to people at car shows and they're looking for problems. I'm telling the people, walk away from problems. Cut people off that do that too. Cut them off as soon as you can, man. I appreciate everyone in the chat right here. I'm highlighting all the comments. Mystic Mac, I appreciate you. Gracias, amiga. I appreciate you. I highly appreciate your support también, amiga. Tierra Caliente. So, are you from Michoacan, cabron? Are you from Michoacan? Because that's the next door neighbor city to where my dad, my parental lineage. Orale, wayward son. My parental lineage is from. I'm from Cualcomanwe. Well, I'm a pocho. I'm born in Salinas, but my I got 5 generations that I know of that are from Cualcoman, and Tierra Caliente was the next door city. Unfortunately, has become a narco city, Cualcoman, and yeah, it's not friendly. I wouldn't take my family. Just to let you know, I wouldn't take my family. That's too much of a risk. Texas rappers are top-notch rappers at the moment, especially Crystal popping. Oh yeah, that's right. Orale, Mystic Mac. That's right. Texas rappers are popping. I'm not too up on the rap scene. Gente, you know that Chicano Tube is not a rap channel. That means every time there's a rap beef, I talk about it. Everyone was talking about Diddy, and have I ever talked about Diddy? No. I won't talk about it's not my thing. There's other rap channels, and to each his own. You do you. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do you. You do you. But a lot of channels that talk about rap and hip hop, hey, go and follow them. They'll talk about the rappers. I don't know who's hot right now. The only thing I will say is I like Peso, the young Chicano rapper estilo. He's bringing back an original Chicano estilo that I like. It's opposite to what's happening now, right? Which is the seal skin tight skinny jeans. Pocho Live Podcast. He says, Risky, I got whatever you want. Órale. I got a podcast and I got a channel. Como lo quieres, man? That's right. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you. That's right. Pocho Live Podcast is in the casa, man. Pocho Live Podcast, a lot of people didn't know. One of the original creators. I don't even think Pocho is getting his flowers on this. Let me give him his flowers right now, cabron. You don't even know if you're still listening. 50 in the house, though. Hit that like. Pocho Live Podcast is one of the founders of the food community. One of the founders. That means the light bulb went off in his head. And I think there was another one. I don't got all the names, but I think there was another founder. So he doesn't get his flowers. What happened on that whole fallout, that was dirty. Pocho, if you're still here on the live, cabron, that was dirty. I seen the whole thing unfolding too. At that point, I was more watching YouTube. I was more watching what was going on, and I seen when the King of Calexico, okay, the Banda world, Banda Recodo, a lot of names, right? I seen where he said that he made a phone call over there. And so basically, he just self admitted right on the internet that he had a hand in what went down over there, my boy. But there's plenty of videos out there. I just want to give him his flowers. When Food Community, he's one of the original Food Community founders. His message is a whole lot different because Food Community is trending topics. I do like that they're unbiased. I do like that Food Community, LA Icon is totally keeping it unbiased. Again, in California, YouTube with Mexicanos, it's just not the same, man. It's not the same as in Texas. Texas has different demographics, or say a different landscape, not demographics. I'm talking about raza, same demographic, but different landscape. They don't got to worry about politics. They don't have to north and south. Where do you live? Don't talk to him. The street stuff carrying over into YouTube, the behind the wall stuff carrying over into YouTube. Chingado, man. That's the kind of stuff I'm trying to unbreak. Anyways, I do want to give Pocho Life his flowers before I go to another comment and say, you know what, bro? You were one of the originators of that vision. But yeah, they saw the Huelga bird on the leg, and it was all bad, cabron. It was all bad when they saw the Huelga bird. That's right, Pocho. I appreciate you. Anthony Reese, nothing but phone calls. That's right. Phone calls are being made. That's what Dubs said, huh? So someone said that Dubs and the runner are starting to do lives again. And someone also commented there's sex playing again on the lives. Um, it doesn't surprise me at all. Not one bit. Their lives are all sex play because that it's the Bible says that, right? From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. It's not a persona. These guys are, well, I mean, I'm believing that they would come on here and be the real and be themselves. And so, yeah, that you know what turned me off from Dubs was one time he was on a live and he was talking about his private parts. I'm not gonna say all of it, but he was leaning back and he's like, "Hey, I don't know why this is happening to my private parts." Ladies in the chat, ladies on the live. Again, I'm good. I'm good. And when the runner grew out his beard, yeah, he looked like a weirdo. When he grew out his beard, he looked like he would jump out of the bushes on somebody. Risky business. That's right. Chill out, vato. Hello, hello. Pocho says, I'm Aries. I got no chill. All right, that's right. Hey, but calmate. Hey, some people blame it on their horoscope signs, though. You know, the reason they get mad at everyone is because their horoscope sign. Calmate, man. Or they'll say two horoscope signs are a better match. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm only compatible with Scorpios because I'm a calmate. You didn't even know about horoscope signs until you went to a Chinese restaurant and saw a menu. Cálmase. My family's from El Paso. Now, shout out to the family from Pocho's family from El Paso. That's right, my boy. You know what? The collab has been long overdue. My bad, cabron. We gotta get that in the books. Hit me on the DM. I'll hit you on the DM, cabron. I'm the one. I'm the one that wants that collab way. I'm gonna hit you on the DM. Oh, the dude from Blood In, Blood Out. Yeah, I thought it was a cat talking about Paco. No, Miklo's cousin. Yeah, so Miklo's cousin, Dolores' son, the one that stepdad checked him hard that time. He told him, tenga respeto. That's the one. He checked him real hard on that one. And he said, see, he had respect once he got checked. But yeah, that's the one. Was he a sellout? Because he ended up joining the police. So I would look at him like any other Mexicano who grew up on the calles, made bad choices and made bad decisions, but ended up getting his shit together. Can you hate on that? I can't hate on that. Not at all. My best man, my best buddy in my wedding, my best friend. You want to jump on? It sounds good. Okay. My best man in my wedding, Ray. Shout out to Ray Chicano on IG. I told the story in the members only. I never put it on the internet. I'll mention it right now. But if you want the full story, it's on the members only. That's where we keep these stories. He got hit with a 380 in the back of the head. They had to medevac him, metaflight him from Salinas, East Salinas to Stanford Medical Center for emergency surgery. After he got hit with that 380 in the back of the head, he changed his life. Absolutely changed his life for the positive, gente. I mean, when you're, walking through the pearly gates almost, and what they say, Saint Peter at the door, quien sabe qué, that'll when you come back into consciousness, reality hits, and your priorities organize themselves like automatically. What are you thinking of? I've been there. I've been there. Like Droops from Hoodstocks. He's been there now. Or maybe before this. Maybe this is not the first time it's happened. It's only happened to me once. Where you wake up at the hospital and your priorities immediately get refocused. So what do you think about? One, what you have. What's the most important thing about? Familia. Well, first of all, I should be thanking God. You made it through. Gracias a Dios. Familia, your wife, your kids. If not, you're single, your parents, your family, the ride or dies that will never leave you under any circumstances. My best buddy, he snapped out of it. Is he a vendido? Because he went to Fresno State, got his nursing, which is like, I think it's like 6 years to get that. There's different levels. You're not a nurse. Like meet the parents, pinchy fucker. You're not a nurse until you do about 6 to 8 years. Is he a vendido? I don't think so. Yeah, they had different fathers. Do you have a record? Yeah, he got a great record. Do you got a record? Yeah, but again, they were adults because Miklo went to the Pinta. So yeah, they were adults. Do you got a record? He probably went to the county. I don't know if he caught the bus. Usually, how do you tell when people catch the bus? They're all slung back, right? All kinds of ink everywhere. They're all slung back. Even though personally, I stayed away from all those needles. I just did. I didn't trust a damn thing. What do they do to disinfect them? Cabron. They'll grab the disinfectant that the Judas give you and they'll dip it in that and then they'll burn it with a lighter. That's what they do behind the walls before they're gonna blast you. Do you think that's clean enough? I never did. Mystic Max says, I don't think Paco sold out. I just thought he grew up and went to be a productive member of society. Thank you. Let me highlight that one. Thank you. That's my opinion. But then again, the youngsters could think different. Nah, he's a sellout. He's a sellout. Gente, realize this, youngsters. Realize this. The hood is always gonna be there when you want to gangbang. The dope areas, Chinatown and Salinas, is always gonna be there when you want drogas. It's never gonna go anywhere. O sea, even the Bible says it. The days will be more evil before the return of Son of Man. So if you're looking for something to get solved through the elections or some kind of radical revolutionary change, it's not gonna happen. The days, it's the Bible says it, will continue to get more evil. But being a productive member of society, come on now. Look at me. Look at me. If you go and trip out on the members only just for 1 month, suscríbete, nomás, y oye los videos, nomás por un mes. And then you'll come back and you'll be like, holy shit, it's just a miracle to be here, man. I saw that as a kid. Oh, okay, in 1993. That's right, my boy Anthony. And I'm way behind on the comments, you guys, but I try not to miss the comments. Let me read them faster. I wonder why his name is Brad. Is that a stage name? Good man, dude. Exactly. So a lot of people have been saying lefty. Some people call him meth play. Lefty meth play. That's gacho. Because his mannerisms, gente. I'm gonna let you know. I think his mannerisms are a direct result from KJ. I think he smoked too much KJ. He said it in an interview. Am I wrong? I think he smoked too much. Man, I'm gonna go to the newest comments now because I'm missing a lot. Okay, I just went down to the bottom. I'll probably scroll up if the comments slow down, but you guys are too fast on the comments. He smoked too much KJ. He said it in an interview. Gente, KJ affects your neurological system. That will F you up. In Salinas, there was no KJ. There was no KJ. We had the standard stuff, black, white, green. The only extras we had, the gavachos. Okay, the gavachos had LSD. They had pyramids. We had a shitload of pyramids, a shitload of sheet acid, but we didn't have KJ, and I'm glad. Probably would have tried it at least once, but that's it. That's it. But yeah, that's what his mannerisms are all about, man. Jaime, you ain't lying, my brother. Who are you fighting? You're fighting yourselves, pendejo. Dolores gave the straight unity message in the back of the hospital when the homies grabbed the cuchillos, the 38s, and said, let's go handle business. Now, imagine if Spider would have lived. Let me ask you this. If Spider would have lived with the VL blasted on his chest, carved with a knife, do you think he would have got that covered up? I think he would have got that covered up. You can't walk around, with the mark of the opposite with that neighborhood just because they carved you up like a turkey. He would have got that covered up. It would have been a big one too, man. He would have had to blast the whole chest. And I'm in the process of that, gente. I got blackout section number 9 coming up. I'm not done until it goes up the shoulders. I'm not looking forward to the chest, to keep it real with you. I'm in my 40s. I just got to keep it completely honest. These new machines are like torture devices. I mean, these needles are sharper than the ones we used to sharpen. We used to go to uh, um, Music Zone, Sam Goody's, these guitar places, and we used to buy the guitar strings, 20, a big old long roll of guitar string, and you cut them up, and we used to put 20 in a machine. Not me, but shout out to Gilbert from Clifford. He's an older cat from Clifford in Watsonville. I think I mentioned it to EBK, but he moved to Salinas and he was blasting up half of the neighborhood. But he used to cut them up and it wasn't that sharp. Y ahora, chingado. I used to fall asleep on my arms. Now it's like, híjole, duele más que nunca. Marvelous Minds is in the casa. I appreciate you, carnal. Yeah, we're here in Kentucky. We laid over and we stayed in Dallas a little bit. La comida allá is good, man. But the Mexican food is just another level higher. Don't get mad at my Texas people. Just one level. I didn't say 10 levels. I didn't say 3 levels. I didn't say it blows it out of the water también. But like where Marvelous is from, in Los Angeles, over there on Soto Street, they got the vendors that come out after 5 o'clock. Whittier, that's the first time I ever tasted a huarache, was on Whittier a couple years ago. Tortas chingonas, all these food trucks on Whittier. Yeah, it's another level over there. It is, man. DJ Fidel's in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, cabron. What do you think, man? Paco was a sellout because he got his life together? Or are we supposed to evolve as humans, anyways? Are we supposed to mature and not act like we did as teenagers when we're almost 50 years old? Hint, hint, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Then he's over there on thumbnails, flipping the thumbnail off. Oh, he could care less. He could care less. The example he's setting to people, he could absolutely care less. Flipping people off. And let's keep this real, gente. If you bring someone from the streets, has a, street cred, whatever that is, it's a myth. I mean, it's real, but then it's a myth because how much does that pay you every month? If you're inviting guests on your channel that are still with the activities, but they never talk about leveling up, they never talk about leaving it in the past, they never talk about moving on and evolving as a human being, then all you're doing is romanticizing the streets. I don't care what you think. Central Cal says a lot of fools end up like Crucito, unfortunately. Yeah, man. The drogas, again, here in Salinas, this is all I know. This is all I know. The veteranos that I know, I'm going to throw some names out there that only my Salinas people that were born in the heart of the Alisal district would know because these guys didn't last on the streets. Manos, Batman, Mosco. These guys and the drogas got them. They went so hard because again said the whole movement, someone said the whole movement where you're talking about that didn't start in Salinas. No, it didn't start in Salinas, but why do I say? Because it is the history. Anyone want to correct me? Go ahead. Anyone want to call me out on it? Go ahead. I'm not gonna, argue till I'm blue in the face about it because it's just history. It's nothing that's relevant to my life now, or it's gonna add value to my life now. I'm talking about it didn't start in Salinas. It started in our penitentiary. That's where it started in our penitentiary. So our town, my town, was the first stronghold and that's why they called it headquarters, and it still is to this day. That's what I mean. It's in our institution. It was so bad over here, we had to get a level 4. We had to have a level 4. Uh-huh. All right, we're in Dallas. No, Dallas way. Puro Dallas way. We had to just stay by the airport, cabron, because we're connecting to go to Kentucky way. So we're in Dallas, Spring Creek Barbecue. Oh, the Mexican place. Ay, man. It was I can't even remember. That's right. Nino America's in the casa. MAGA country is in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, cabron. One of the original frontliners when it was very unpopular to say you were a conservative. Very. And gente, let's keep this real. Mexicanos, we're conservative by nature. A lot of people don't know what that is. These are politics that have been going on since the beginning of time, since the Roman era. Conservative, liberal. It's just two different ideologies. Conservatives are more God and country and familia, like the Italians. Liberals, and I could be wrong, and I'm not trying to offend anyone on here, but we could have these grown man conversations right on here. See things differently. They want to undo the traditional, undo everything that's been established, and say, no, almost like they're popping quaaludes, like they're popping pingas or something. It's not that way anymore. It should be. They're trying to break down the family model, totally anti matrimonio, marriage, anti this, and they want to do away with genders. Just unravel anything that's been traditional. And to me, I feel like that would my parents would be rolling in their grave if they didn't see me sticking to the traditions, which is Dios, familia, y cultura, and teaching the kids Spanish and keeping it going. But my brother, I appreciate you, Nino America. One of the frontliners, he caught bullets when it was very unpopular to be conservative, and he was standing up, man. He was standing up. We don't agree on everything, cabron. You know we don't. But one thing we do agree on is Dios, familia, y cultura. Jaime says Paco learned to coincide with the opposition and learn to grow up. Exactly. Is that just evolution of thinking? Yeah. Yeah, Dolores was right. What Dolores said, I thought about one time too, man. I looked in the day room one time, a long time ago, and I was like, man, our familias look like their familias, man. At the end of the day, we go after each other, man. At the end of the day, we're our own worst enemies. It is what it is, man. I don't give a fuck. Plus, community says a liberal man can never become a real man either. Well, they don't push what is traditionally known as a real man. A real man is a man's man. It's one who just leaks testosterone and is the head of the family. O sea, he's the one that needs to be the security blanket, the leader of the family. You know, if anyone's gonna catch bullets in the family, it's gonna be him first. He's there to lay it all on the line. That's a real man, a man's man, but they're doing away with that just because that's why they're doing the restroom changes. That's why they're doing away with genders. And that's why I believe they're even spiking some of our comidas with certain chemicals in order to feminize los hombres. So again, I don't want to get into politics. I barely started getting into it in 2017. Is it hot or is it just me? No. I barely started getting into politics in 2017. And I had to research for myself in 2017 after Trump got elected. I had to research what is a liberal and a conservative. And then I put the two browsers side by side and I said, wait a second. And my parents, who believe in traditional Mexicano values, they line up their principles with this, not with that. That's point blank the reason I lean that way. I'm not saying I'm Republican. I'm saying I'm conservative, if that makes sense. You don't got to be a Republican to be a conservative, because there's a lot of rhinos. Rhinos are just vendidos. Rhinos are sellouts. These are people that are in politics. They'll stay there 20, 30, 40 years and just line up their pockets, lobbying for the lobbying interests, start lining up their pockets, and they're going to vote the way they vote, and they have to sell themselves. I don't think you could really be up the political chain unless you're one way or another, um, a little controlled by the system. Nino America says, God bless Miss Chicano too. I appreciate you, cabron. She's right here next to me. We're live in Kentucky, Wildcat Country. And then we're going to head back to ATL, gente, before we get back to California and the politics and the. No, I'm just kidding. Vinci, California, man. Jose Rogan, if you search a contradiction on Google, the name Gil Tejada pictured American Cholo comes up. Stop, cabron. Stop, man. I guess the people can see it, man. This is not turning into the anti-Gil channel. No, it's not. No, it's not. For sure now, I am not. I never, ever once until this month, ever tagged him, mentioned him in anything. But you know what? What he did to Norby's was straight dirty. And I heard Sonny, he did a short. I just watched it about an hour ago. Shout out to Streets Ain't Loyal. They got a lot of history. He was one of the first ones that uncovered his little ways. I heard him say that, we're gonna back up Norby's because Norby's is raza. And someone said, well, how's that a sucker move if he lunged out at him from his studio? Well, Norby said he came to talk. Norby's came to talk. He didn't come to punch. He came to talk. So it was because the video got deleted, the Banda world, he deleted it right away. I'm sure someone has a screen recording. But when Norby's was at the door and he told him, hey, I just want to talk, I want to talk. He said, yeah, sure, let's talk. When he stepped to Norby's, did he talk or did he swing? That's the sucker move. Why not just give someone, do it like a man, head up? I'm going to give you some space. I'm going to let you know what's coming. We ain't got to snake it. I'll let you know what's coming. But anyways, Allah, Allah is great. I believe in Jesus as the Messiah, bro. Hey, man, if that makes you a better person, I believe at the end of the day, God's going to look at all our hearts, man. Did you help people or did you hurt people? I don't know, but one day the Bible says we'll all be in front of the judgment seat of Christ. All of us. Ain't no one that has a soul in their body can avoid that. You know. Ira209 says, nah, he wasn't a vendido. Okay, well, I appreciate your level of maturity, carnal, and understanding that Paco, in the 90s, maybe they were doing that. Maybe they were giving those sentences away. Hey, you go to boot camp or you go to jail, which could have been accessory to manslaughter charge, which at least would have been at least a turnaround. At least if you don't know what a turnaround is, it's probably about 32 months or less is, I mean, they actually call 10 or less 10. Yeah, this is crazy. They call 10 calendars or less wino time. It's just one thing we don't talk about is just our outdates, especially if you're on a 180. You don't talk about your outdates. Again, members only stuff, gente. You could ask me that kind of stuff in the members only. I will gladly answer it there, but not here. We're not gonna, pump these youngsters up to go, bang and all that. America says I saw a swing. The whole internet saw a swing. I didn't want to say anything because I knew the internet was gonna snitch on it. His own pages that support him were gonna snitch on him, and they did. Even if they put, I seen one or two put allegedly, yeah, but the other ones didn't put allegedly. The other ones put he mopped him up. He knocked his snot out of him. Whatever they put, right? All these pages that already had an agenda for Norbies, and it could have been for their dislike also for Rhodium Radio. You don't have to like Rhodium Radio, but you're gonna respect Rhodium Radio because he's just the largest Chicano channel in California. You can't avoid that. Si te cae el chaquetón, que te caiga el chaquetón. A lot of people say that, oh, you're just saying that because you want to go on his channel. I don't want to go on anyone's channel. We're doing great just as us, as a community, almost coming up on 11,000 in our community. By the time we end up hitting these platforms, um, and the story comes out, like you see people who circulate, because they got crazy stories. People don't even know the story. They see the glory, but they don't know the story. When the story comes out, it's going to make that much more of an impact because I didn't talk about it on YouTube. I didn't put it out in 50 videos to build views, like Alvin said. He said, well, I just talked about that in the beginning to build an audience. Well, I didn't do that because from the beginning, I would have been propagating for violence or romanticizing it at least. So by the time we get on these platforms, they'll know the story. We're gonna grow real quick after that. Right now, we're growing organically, but after that, we're gonna be growing based on other platforms helping us and assisting us, and we appreciate it. Here, we're pushing for Chicanos. We're empowering Chicanos through knowledge and experience. That's what we do. Mikey, Trump is really forgotten family, grabbing woman by the pee and being homies with Jeffrey Epstein. Ooh, that was a good one right there. Chingado. Pinche risky business, huh? You want to start it right now. I think I'm going to turn on the AC. You're not, huh? I just don't live. See how good the mic is because, it blocks out ambient sound. Okay, well, let's talk about that. Is it really, bro? There's not really one person that's going to change the country, but there can be a person whose policies help the people, at least for a short amount of time. Let's keep that a buck. I don't hang off a cliff on one politician. No, I don't. Not at all. A lot of them, most of them, 98% maybe 90, 95, will tell you what you want to hear for the vote. He did say that. He did say that, but he said that when did he say that? On the back of an Entertainment Tonight interview, something. Does it make it right? No, it doesn't make it right. But again, who's perfect? Okay, so what if his mouth was just loose and he's saying loose shit? Because I do believe the presidential office has to be an office held in high regard. The highest standard in the country has to be the presidential office. This is a representative of our country to other countries. But, and this is a big but, would I rather have someone loose at the mouth, but whose policies help my family, help the country, as opposed to someone who's nice at the mouth? Very, very good at not offending anyone. Definitely doesn't say anything that's loose and slipping, which is not Weekend at Bernie's. We already know that because if you go back and look at his 80s and 90s positions on some of these things, ese way es racista. I believe that. I'd rather have someone who's going to be real, loose at the mouth, but at least is helping the economy for 4 years, because then the next vato or lady can come in and change it all. Do we need the first lady, female United States president? Maybe we do, man. Maybe we do. HCB, that's right, my boy. Appreciate you. Irony, Fisticuffs is in the casa. That's another day one right there. I'll be seeing you on a lot of different canales way. So if you know on YouTube streets, shout out to YouTube streets. There was a little altercation going back and forth with Joey from Federer's Grove and another guy named New Age Plug. People want to pull up. I don't know. If people want to pull up, they get a hold of Mikey. 831-205-1735. I'm not hard to get a hold of. We still got August to line up before we do that great fight on Thanksgiving. I'm just, again, Raza, for Thanksgiving, I'm just missing one set of signatures. I'm going back and forth with one party. I'm not going to name names. And as soon as I get one set of signatures and iron out what we need to iron out, which I believe will happen, I would be very surprised, if someone pulled out of that after they both verbally agreed. Erod, oh, is that right, my boy? He said he joined the Marines after high school. Cabron, I was after I got out of camp and I turned 18, I went down to the Marine Depot, which was in Salinas on the north side across the street from the Northridge Mall. And I went down there. I filled out some paperwork. I thought because I just came out doing a bunch of burpees in the camp, that it would be good to do it because they were pushing that on all of the youngsters over there, passing out flyers, brochures, pamphlets. I thought, why not? That didn't last long. That was initially me just coming home and wanting to, do good. But then I went back to the streets. Like that one song says that I seen that one Monster Cody, not Monster Cody, it was called what was the name of a War Story? It was War Stories. I think it was an old VHS that was circulating in the late 90s. Someone edited that one. There was a song in there, These Streets Keep Calling Me. These streets keep calling me. Got money on my mind and my hand on my nine. These streets keep calling. I think music was way better in the 90s, to be honest. Right now, every rapper sounds the same, but that's just me. That's the issue. We are so prideful to talk about our problems. Norby's was trying to be an example. Yeah. Well, what he did accomplish was going viral. That he did accomplish. Okay. I've been in contact with Norby's. Yes, I have. I won't put it all out here. But I've been in contact with Norby's, and Norby's is good, gente. Norby's is good. As far as what he did, that was groundbreaking. That was groundbreaking. He went to confront an individual who was dropping videos on him every day. If he wasn't dropping the videos, he was resharing the videos, right? Why? Because, let's just keep it real, because of his dislike for what Marvelous said that he wasn't a Chicano. Never forget the core issue on his complex is because we know that in order to be Chicano, you have to be a child of Mexican parents and born in the United States, first generation, unless you're children of Chicanos, and then it continues. That's not him. And it makes him so mad. I would just be like, shoot, man. I would have had the flag in my studio and just representing it, man. But I guess he was never taught pride. Every knee will bow. That's right, my brother. Every knee is going to bow down and every tongue will confess that Christ is Lord. Central Cal. Holy, oh, shit. I have the entire video. Yeah, he came out. And what did he say when he came out? He said, yeah, let's talk. Something like that. He said, yeah, let's talk, let's talk. Walked up to him, that's a snake move. The saying, let's talk is the same thing, gente. Is the same thing as saying, oh, is that your wallet? You look down at your wallet, boom. And then after that, I can visualize it that because la camiseta was torn, it was ripped on the side, he dipped them. O sea, he probably dipped them with these are little, little YA moves. He dipped them. What does that mean? Is that he basically he pulled them down to the ground. You could do that by controlling the collar. Just grab someone's collar, grab someone's neck. You could do that at the waist too, but that's more like jujitsu stuff, controlling the waist and dropping someone. But he did a little dip move, dropped them, and then went down and Probably got a couple more punches in, and then came up, and then his heart was beating, came back, and then the next day, or day after, he jumps on his little podcast with those two guys, and because people wanted to see it, the numbers went up on the podcast. But when those two guys that just, I don't know what the hell they talk about. What's the word? What the hell do they talk about over there? People magazine stuff, or the news at 5, or I don't know what those guys talk about. I don't know. Just by looking at him, I don't know. But because people wanted to see him, and what does he do? Flip the camera off. Yep. Oh yeah. People could see it. But again, the day oneers will be like, hey, that's my boy. Till the casket drops. That's my boy. You do you. You do you. Oh, now we got traffic. Now people are out and about. I'm looking outside the hotel room in Kentucky, man. Nice, man. The bluegrass state, puros árboles. Nice, man. People are friendly as hell, too. Miss Chicano Tube says, I saw the swing, too. I was on Orbeez Live, too, Pat. That part got cut up. So what happened was, as soon as the phone caught some of the chingazo, as soon as the phone caught some of the chingazo, it automatically cut like a phone is supposed to do, right? It just gets impact. The phone gets impact, and the phone is like, I'm out. I'm out. The phone has to cut off. I don't give a fuck, community. Risky. Raza means having the same blood. We are all descendants of indigenous and Spaniards because in that case, American born are not raza. I kind of I'm not too understanding, but you guys will go back and forth in the chat about that. Remember, Rising Warrior says, remember when Trump called Mexican the R word? Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about that. So in that one, he was saying that the people crossing over are not the best upstanding citizens. You really have to get a edited clip video in order to come out with these things. That was one statement, but I could be wrong, Rising Warrior. Hey, send me something. 831-205-1735. I want the people to know too. I want to stand on facts. I don't stand on feelings over here. Send me something that's unedited. I would like to see it. Thoughts on Nino America Nino America is always on the trending topics, and a lot of it on Cali Tube. Thoughts on paperwork that came out on criminal saying he made a statement. Well, first of all, the people, these are my thoughts. The people that made statements on him, and I don't even know if I've ever heard one of his songs. Again, Chicano rap, gente, is bald head loc rap. If you didn't know, that's what I call Chicano rap, bald head loc rap, and that's why it's always gonna stay in a box, always, always, always. I was on YouTube streets not too long ago, and just because my name of my channel is Chicano Tube, they're thinking I'm gonna ride with anything that has the word Chicano in it, and I'm not. I'm gonna be me. So, um, yeah, Chicano rap is always gonna stay in a box. So anyone and the other individual, I'm not even gonna say his name. There's another individual. The internet is funny. They call everyone general. The general of Norwalk. I'm gonna call Nino America. The general of Midland, Texas, says. I'm just kidding. Everyone's a general, I guess, on the internet, just so you can click on the video. But that one other individual that went on No Jumper, we know who it is. Again, bald head lokes, bald head loke rap. For him to say that he's done because he did this, he's done because he did this without seeing any paperwork. Without seeing any paperwork, it just shows you that he hates the dude. He wants the dude out of his way. He wants him canceled and just out of his way. What do the people think about that? I thought we're supposed to stand on paperwork. Here in California, they want to see the paperwork when they throw these jackets on you. You did this, like Alvin's co-host back in February. Okay, spousal abuse. Well, where's the paperwork? Well, I saw the website, so I know that for a fact. That's why I didn't say that. That's why I said it. I'm sorry. But without the paperwork, he should have never said that. And he's supposed to know. He did 10, he says. He keeps saying, I did 10, I did 10, and all that stuff. He can't even sell out a concert. That guy can't even sell out a concert. He never even does a tour in his own name. He jumps on King Little G's tour. Man, shout out to King Little G. He got vocals, man. He got lyrics. One of my favorite songs from King Little G is doo, ch, doo, doo, la, doo, doo, doo. I'm trying to remember that song. Oh, I gotta go to my SoundCloud list, but that's a banger. So yeah, he should have never said anything. If you don't see any kind of paperwork, those are just the reglas. The reglas. Bert says, true. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you more than you know. Okay, Nino America is standing up for Uncle Trump. He says, Trump is not a racista. He invited me to the White House. Is that right? Paid for my plane ticket and hotel too. Thousands of us went. Oh, right. That's right, my boy. So he invited all the frontliners. Again, he's going to be the obvious choice in November. Obvious for your wallet. The number one issue for the Rasta gente, just to let you know, before we get lost in politics and homelessness, immigration. They love these little these issues that they only use for talking points for votes. The number one issue is the economy, gente. The economy. You should be getting raises every year. You should be at least be getting a minimum 5% increase. If you have the opportunity to change jobs from 5 to 10% because your employer doesn't give you a 5% minimum to 10% increase every year, then change jobs because you're going to be stuck in a career that only increasing your salary very slowly, and they're showing you they don't love you. They don't love you. They'll replace you. So that's the number one issue, the economy. HCB chemistry, my boy. That's right. Messing with those tanks, cabron, those fish tanks. Hood stocks is bigger. Yeah, Hood stocks is bigger. So to me, Hood stocks is the podcast in the hood. It's like as if they're right there on the corner. And yeah, it's like they'll be live broadcasting, bullets will fly by and they'll keep, then they'll keep the show going after they duck and hit the ground. They'll get back up after the bullets fly by and keep going. That's Hood stocks right there. I don't watch them all the time, but of course I'm subscribed. Some people could be like, "Oh, that's not my cup of tea." Da da da. And just to keep it real, there's people that say that just because of the demographics. I don't care, man. North, south, where they're located at, I don't care. I'm not saying I watch all of it. When they do go live, I will see sometimes some of it if it's an interesting guest. If it's just another a banger giving a story, then yeah, that don't interest me. Because if I wanted to hear that, I just I'd be behind the walls. Bro, some paisa called me white yesterday because I don't know that much Spanish. Well, I mean, no eres güero, way, or you're not güero, or I'm not, and I'm not putting you on blast, way, but sometimes if you got blue eyes, way, or sandy blonde hair, where the paisa's gonna stay? I shared a little clip. It was a contractor. He walked up to his crew that was working on the house, and it was a gavacho. He knows zero Spanish, right? And the guy was talking to him in Spanish, right? He was like, "Sí, voy a poner el siding, y voy a poner esto, da, da, da." And the white guy goes, the gavacho goes, "Yeah, just." He was whistling like fools gone wild. Yeah, just así, something like that. It was funny, man. That was on my story. That was on my story. Uh Central Cop, if you're going to be a YouTuber, you have to keep your nose clean or people are going to call you out. True. Your skeletons are going to come out, man. And it also depends if you're poking at the bear. That means poking at the bear means you're coming off as someone who isn't what they're saying they are, right? Like, I'm a tough guy. I'm a tough guy. I'm a tough guy. Then people are going to investigate how tough you are. Or like EBK, right? Where he says, "Okay, people act tough, act tough." Okay, let EBK says, "Let's check what yards he's been on." Oh man, EBK. Shout out to the carnalito EBK. EBK, if you're hearing me, cabron, I seen your thumbnail. I seen you had like 6 people on the thumbnail. August is open. August is open, cabron. I know you were cleared last October. To start exercising and all that stuff when cleared medically to be able to the pelea. If you want to get back in there, my boy, absolutely. You just let me know. And we'll set up August way. No, le vato, yo soy Chicano. Don't get it twisted. I ain't got it twisted, cabron. I already know you had a Chicano way. Miss Chicano too says, I agree. Bloodline is what makes raza. Nationality makes another thing. Culture comes from country through nationality. Mexican. Ya estamos en bolas, man. Now we're getting all we're getting technical now. People hate to get technical. Like Alvin, he hates that people get technical, that he's not raza. Again, you say, I don't know when, but people put Latinos, which are people from Central America or South America, they put them in the bola de raza. That's fine. I don't ever believe Cesar Chavez would have been like, ah, chale, you guys got to get out porque son de Guatemala. No, of course that didn't happen. But it just like, when did the term transcend? Because then now all of a sudden, then Raza's gonna go off of this continent of America, and then is gonna start getting used in Japan. Because they like lowriders, so they're Raza too. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't grow up with pupusas, bro. So Salvadoran food, pupusas are okay. Pupusas are okay. I like the Salvadoran the chorizo. Oh yeah, that one's good. It's like the fresh one. It's really, really thick. Y sí me gusta. Eso lo cocino in the disco when I make a discada. Discada is when you mix 5, 6 different things. It starts with tocino because it releases the bacon grease. And then I throw in there pork, res, that Salvador. I like the Salvadoran, the chorizo. You can do all kinds of things. Man, I'm getting hungry. So Miss Chicano too plants her flag and says, you know what? Uncle Trump is the best choice for 20. Gente, you want 4 more years of inflation? It's crazy. 6% unemployment. They're lying through their teeth. Gente, real quick. It's not going to be a political podcast, but they're lying to us saying that he's created more jobs than ever and unemployment is down and all kinds of prosperity. Straight lie. When I hear Raza Radio, El Miedo. I was driving the other day from to my office, and I was hearing on the radio that I hear one of the I hear a lot of Spanish music. I was hearing El Miedo de Trump, El Miedo de Trump. I'm like, what are these popular locutores? You know, have to just spreading propaganda.
Let me say something. Give me that mic. Say that. I'm gonna say something.
All right, testing. Yeah, I'm still good.
Hello, guys. This is Christine. So I have a question for those that hate Trump. Why is it that our raza, the Hispanics, Latinos, Mexicans in this country, now more than ever, you see more raza that are turning over to vote for Trump? Why is that? Those that hate Trump, those that are talking and saying they hate Trump and that he didn't do anything for the raza. But you don't see anyone that voted 4 years ago for Trump jumping and going to Biden. You don't see that. But you do see a lot of the people that voted for Biden are now going to vote for Trump. So I would like to know why.
That's right. Rising Warrior says Tramposo Trump has no policies. What is he going to do to help us out? He gave the biggest tax break to the rich. So he gave the biggest tax breaks across the board. I actually remember that Pinchy, it was like a press conference. He was sitting at a table with books almost up to his chin, and there was like 20, and I'm talking about 10-inch books. Huge. Let me clip my mic. 10-inch books. He remember he did the same thing that Maverick did on Pinchy Top Gun. Remember? He goes, "This is the manual to the fighter, something, something." He grabbed it, boom, he threw it in the basura. Trump did the same thing. He threw away about 4 to 6 of those books. The tax breaks, I believe, would have kept coming across the board everywhere. But again, what does he do? He ends up increasing investor confidence in the country where investors start investing and booming the economy. A lot of people don't know economics 101. That's how it works. You got to have investors investing money in our own country to make it work. So consumer confidence has to be high, investor confidence has to be high. And right now, do you think people are trying to buy everything they see? Hell no. Hell no. When we're gonna have a heavyweight category, cabrón, we have a heavyweight champ. Stories written by a current prisoner. He's the heavyweight champ. We got his opponent set. It's gonna be a Thanksgiving to remember. Again, I'm working out with one party, certain details. But I believe I have very, very high confidence that they will. I'm talking about the fighters, because ultimately it's up to them. They will give the people what they want this Thanksgiving. All they got to be focused on is training camp. That's it. Erod, I agree. Both parties have snakes, but Trump's policies are far better than Pedro. Okay, come on, calmate. I don't know why you say that. Why? Because he likes to sniff for the raza. Trump is boys and girls. Yeah, the boys and girls. I agree, Erod. That's right, my boy. RC Nation, that's right, my boy. KY, you in Kentucky, cabron? Or if you're in Kentucky, I need a plug, way. There's no trees here, way. I need a plug. In my humble opinion, modern maleness is often a combination of strength and fearness of the male, stability, emotional nature of the woman. A true man is dangerous but compassionate. That's right. Well, that's a man's man. And why are men why did God design men like that? To protect the families. To protect the families. It's not to do like Alvin's co-host y cachetear, the family. It's to protect the family, man. I know he don't want to. I don't even know if anyone's commenting that over there. I know they're keeping it hush. They're keeping it hush. I hear you, bro. It happens too many, Mikey. Getting away from it all as a young man really helps change your perspective, bro. It's funny because I'll talk to young men, and again, this is in California. Again, these people on the internet are just giving off this false image of what it is to be real or solid what's real and what's solid is having your priorities in order. That's real and that's solid. It's not this guy helped me in a fight. That's real and solid. What the Oh my gosh, man. They got it twisted, man. America, I only support platforms who are Trump supporters, not liberal ones. There you go. Rising Warrior says inflation is up because the rich aren't paying their fair share. Órale. Trump gave them a pass and now we have to pay up on their behalf. So if that's the only flaw for someone that can cause our economy to boom again, and have you noticed the CNN and all those MSNBC, did they ever once in 4 years give him his flowers for breaking records in the stock market? Absolutely not. And I understand why. They're biased. But don't you think we should be able to commend and praise, like say, hey, that family's blessed. They're prospering. That's a good thing that's happened to them. But because we have certain lenses when it comes to politics, a lot of politics is red and blue, man. It's like Crips and Bloods, man. I don't play that. He says, who you got, Drake or Kendrick? I'm not even interested, man. That thing is probably just because they dropped an album and they want to sell. It is what it is. Everyone should unfollow Rhodium Radio for firing Norbies. There we go. And I have to say, Chale Street. Is Norby's is Norby's his own man and is Tony his own man or not? They're not joined. Rhodia, okay, Norby's joined 2 years ago. And Norby's is a civilian, gente. A lot of people get this twisted. Maybe I should just break this definition down right now. Very, very clear. Civilians are not subject to any kind of street codes. I don't give a shit. And Norby should give a shit neither. I say, Tony's like me in this aspect. Let me tell you guys. Tony's like me in this aspect. We don't give a shit about captions. We don't give a shit about thumbnails. And we definitely don't give a shit about 30 people are ganging up and they're saying this about me. Sticks and stones can break my bones, gente. So calmate. But that's your opinion, and I totally respect it, IDG. I respect it. Gracias for commenting, way. I totally respect it. But I know people were saying that. I know people were saying, why did he let him go? Where's the loyalty? 2 years. He started another channel. At the end of the day, two grown ass men had a conversation and parted mutually. That didn't end the friendship. Absolutely not. I can tell you this without revealing too much, but I can tell you this. They're in contact. They're in contact. Joey Knuckles just grabs the pinche palomitas. That's right, man. Grab the palomita, cabron. Joey Knuckles, and all these channels, we're just here for entertainment, cabron. You know what I mean? I'm the last cabron that's gonna say, if you subscribe to my channel, you can't watch this channel. I'm the last cabron that's gonna tell you that. Absolutely not. It's all entertainment at the end of the day. We're live on Chicano Street every time, and I appreciate you guys. Erod says, I have no issue with Rhodium firing Norbies. They call it firing Norby. Why you guys keep using the word fire? Fire. I don't think it was a fire, cabrones. Again, it's two men saying, you know what? This is a mutual understanding to part ways. And you think they were just going to cut each other off from the face of the earth? No. But then Norby's, I was laughing about this on a live the other day. With Miss Chicano too. I was like, he did the ultimate troll move. No one else in the history of trolling. I don't give a shit how good your video is. I don't care how good your thumbnail is. Nothing, nothing. It will never get on the level where you want to troll somebody, you go straight to their studio. They're live with another guy who has a bone to pick with you, and they're both teamed up. They're butt buddies, right? They're butt buddies. All of a sudden, he's live with them, and he hears a bang on the door. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, Gil, I just want to talk. Hey, Gil. Bang, 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 bang. That is the ultimate troll move. Trolling level 10,000 goes to Norbies. Automatically, he's going to be included in the YouTube Yarda Awards that is going to be this December, hosted by yours truly, sponsored by Chemo's Flicks, EBK Family Uncensored, and OG Triple OG. Real quick, for the gente that are asking about OG Triple OG, gente, these are cycles that he does. He'll go off 2, 3, he'll go in so hard. He'll go so hard in on hypocrites. Again, these are people like Alvin. They talk tough, act tough, lead people in the wrong way, and in the very next sentence, say they're positive. OG Triple OJ OG, he's because I know him like in real life, not the internet, real life, right? He's doing his thing. He's catching some shade. He hears everything that's going on, and he'll come back when it's time to come back. It's not new for him to take 2, 3 months off of YouTube because YouTube is, come on now, it's internet landia. So cálmanse. Carlos says I'm voting for Norby's 2024. I don't know if I would vote for Norby's 2024. You know, um, because he'll probably well, yeah, no, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. But I know he's we have some different views. Let's just say that. We have some different views, right? He said what do you say? We'd be better off without Mexico. Cálmate, Norbis. Cálmate, okay? I don't want to dig into that, but no, but anyways, keep it pushing. He's watching over his investment. Central Americans have the same bloodline that most Mexicans have. The whole Chicano thing is culture, Mexican American culture. But at the end of the day, we are all raza. That's right. Look at the features on the Ecuadorians, the Ecuador. Look at the facial features. They look like the Olmecs. It's the same thing. They're indigenous, man. I don't know why more people now want to be indigenous than ever. I mean, you had a politician who went to college and got grants and got assistance by claiming that she was indigenous, and her DNA results came back to 1%. To 1%. She basically used the system, and she's a very popular Elizabeth Warren. Let's just put her name out there. You know what I mean? She's claiming to be indigenous and was 1%. Does 1% make you indigenous? I don't know. Joey Knuckles, white, black folks don't identify us as Mexican, Honduran, said we're all beaners. And well, cállate, cabrón. Pinche Joey Knuckles, man. Joey Knuckles is the one that's going to kick it off on the yarda, man. That's what I think Joey Knuckles is. Calmon, cálmate, okay? You're going to get a chequeada, way. You're going to get a calentada, man. Just kick back on the bleachers with the carnales. And no, just kidding. No, I don't think that. I'm over here in Kentucky right now, gente. And I'll tell you what, the state is predominantly así. Güero, y africano. And it is what it is. It is what it is. There's raza out here, though. Oh, wow, I never voted due to a felony conviction. I just never looked at it. Cabron, yo tengo lo mismo, and they keep sending me the ballots. So don't get that twisted. Did you ever try to re-register? I bet you if you try to re-register, they'll send you the ballot way. I don't know. I just ended up uh voting because they sent me the ballot. American Cholos wonders why his subscribers are not as high as everyone else. Yeah, he blocked all of us. Oh, he did. Oh man, it's a miracle. I'm coming up. I'm probably gonna get blocked pretty soon. That's fine. People send me the clips anyways, and I don't watch him because again, I think I know the person just from studying him. I think I already know. That's right, Le Chapo, my boy. I appreciate you, cabron. Is that a new avatar right there? Chingado. He's in camo. Those are the good old days, way. But now you're just staring at a wall in 80x. You're just an 80x way. Level 80x is a level 5. A lot of people didn't know there was a level 5. There's a level 5 Supermax, but it's not in California. I heard that they're moving the death row inmates somewhere else. No sé dónde. Trump said some are ours. Yeah, coming across. Yeah, o sea, it was a public statement, but again, he did what the hater world did, the banda world did to Norby's. He edited a video. Norby's in the same sentence, said Adam is using all of his people on No Jumper like monkeys. He said blacks and browns in the same sentence. But how come you removed the browns? We know why. Now, how come other people ran with it that are supposed to be intelligent? They had an agenda. The agenda was to cancel Norby's and probably to throw a jab over there at Rhodium. That didn't work. Not at all. I don't give a fuck community. Norby's was a pendejo for showing up with the phone and not letting it go once. He got punched. Well, again, it comes with experience way. I don't know if you want to call that a pendejo, but again, a civilian, you know what I mean, on the calles, who went to college, grew up in Los Angeles, has native roots. How is this guy supposed to know about getting suckered? How is he supposed to know about getting set up? How? He's not he's not from the streets. How is he supposed to know that, hey, is that your wallet? If you've never been hit with the what's that? Or if you've never been hit with the is that your wallet move, then you won't know it. Got the experience now, cabron. Don't worry, I got Norby's is gonna get his runbacks, Mando. He's gonna come up. We're gonna do some private one-on-ones, and he's gonna turn into a machine. He's gonna run that back, man. He's gonna go back to the corner of Burbank and Fulcher. That's where his ring is. I guess he feels comfortable outside of his studio, to throw chingazos. He won't do that to anyone else. He saw Tony's arms on Rhodium Radio. He saw his arms on Rhodium Radio, and he said, "Well, we ain't 15 no more." He saw Whack 100 through the peephole. Oh, I don't want to start a race war. He saw Norby's at the door, and he said, "I'm getting off." Yeah, says a lot. Rising Warrior says, "Why are you in Kentucky? Are you going to MAGA convention?" No, cabrón, se están casando. It's just one of the negocios que tengo, way. I don't post a lot about it. Um, because nowadays everyone's a photographer. I'm a pro photographer. People say that having 7,000, 8, $10,000 cameras makes them a pro photographer. I posted a photo, maybe it was 2 months ago, una boda, and that was it. Because again, when those businesses are established, no estoy buscando, no necesito promotor, no necesito advertencia. So se están casando. So shout out to Ella and Ben. We're gonna see you in about an hour. We're about 10 minutes away from the location. It's a gorgeous little barn outside venue, spotted cows, rolling hills. The bad thing about it is there's no trees here, gente. Does anyone have a plug in Kentucky? Let me know. Let me know if you got a plug in Kentucky. Por favor. I need a dub. Call the duck. That's right, Carlos, my boy. Carlos Castellanos is in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, cabron. What's the word? Gil rented the studio to Well, half of the shows that he started with in his studio are gone, are done. So I get it when you have bills to pay and the name of the game for YouTube is views, that he's gonna se va a vender. Se va a vender. He's gonna collaborate more and more with No Jumper, and probably will do the same thing. I'm calling out Flaco this week. I'm calling out AD next week. I'm calling out this guy next week. That's just gonna continue. And let's just keep it real, gente. Just that's what people want to see, man. The people, the videos with low views, are the ones that probably a little bit more substantial. That means they have merit. They have a message. Like my shout out to my brother, Cholo Trucker, mi hermano. He did a video the other day about saving the children, and about 500,000 children go disappearing every single year, and they don't call that a epidemic. And what does the video do? It doesn't get a lot of views because people are into la novela. America Facts. I had Trump change balling. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people had Trump change, man. They were getting $1,000 bonuses from their employers. Taxes were all-time low, more money in your wallet. And gas was like what, $3? $2? Yeah. Mr. Criminal's paperwork is out already. What are you talking about? It's already. I haven't even seen it. Way. My bad. I haven't even seen it. Again, Chicano rap. I don't follow. I really don't like Chicano rap. I mean, let's just keep it real. I think the brothers got major mouthpieces. I was at Story and King on Cinco de Mayo. The whole family. We went to Story and King. They had a huge celebration on Story and King, Cinco de Mayo, and we're out there and we're celebrating it. And I haven't even seen it, man. The paperwork. So I miss a lot, man. I miss a lot. But again, Chicano rap. No, RBL Posse was over there. Shout out to RBL Posse, Black Chris. Of course, I know Black Chris. I've talked to him. He's cool, and he was out there. I just did a little handshake. I didn't want to be the lame that says, "Hey, let's grab the photo." I'm not saying you're a lame when you do that. I just myself sometimes I feel uncomfortable if I'm not in the moment and I rather pull out my phone. I'm cut from an older cloth, gente. No disrespect to everyone that takes a photo every 5 seconds or posts every minute. You do you. That's a beautiful thing about it. I always talk about in the end, all you got is the memories. Social media helps you save those memories every year. Every year. That's a beautiful thing. That's not a bad thing. It's just not me. It's just not me. King G got bars. Yeah, he got bars, cabron. Yeah, I'm trying to remember that song. It's called oh man, if I log off of it, I don't want to do it because it'll cut off the stream. But that's one of my favorite songs. He got major mouthpiece. Let me go down the comments. How long is American Chorro? He says American Chorro. Grifter. Yo, that's another name. We're coming up with different names. I don't know, cabrón. Has everyone jumping on ship, even when I'm in his mole jump? Yeah, someone sent me a photo of the day after he cut it off, and that was the week after they did that Rhodium Radio with Norby's and Marvelous, and Marvelous was saying about the gill, saying, "What if he held me down and said lick my mole?" Something I don't know what the I don't know. That was a good episode. I reposted it about 2 months ago. Then he carved it off, and he didn't go to a doctor to do it because there was no incision, there was no stitches, there was nothing clean, there was no bandage, there was no finish work. So what did he do? A la brava. He did it. Self-conscious at 50 years old. It is what it is. Central American cholo, Central American troll. It is what it is, cabron. Some people have internal issues they got to deal with. I say deal with it. I created Content Creator Series of Fighting just for this reason, that in a safe environment to iron out any bad blood, we can handle things. And it doesn't have to be in Salinas, doesn't have to be hometown. If someone says, I don't want to go over there, I don't want to go over here. Okay, well, where do you want to do it? On Burbank and Fulcher? Again, try to snake me. See how that works out. There's a cartoon character on. That's right. DFW photographers in the casa. Gracias for the super chat, my boy. I appreciate you. You really didn't, but the ones that drop super chats, especially the members only, that subscribe every single month. I highly appreciate you. I'm a praying man. At the end of the day, gente, I'm on my knees praying. Trust me, I pray for all of you guys, and I pray for especially members only super chats, the ones that really go out of their way to support the channel. You didn't have to, but gracias, hermano. Gracias. There's a cartoon character called YNG Neto on YouTube that clowns, my bad, Tony A and Norby's. I haven't seen that one, cabrones. I haven't seen that one. You know I rock with Tony A. You know I rock with Norby's. I think they have values. You know, I think they talk about being grown men. We should have ran that fade. Well, Norby's did, but a long time ago, instead of going back to the internet, back and forth, back and forth. We should have just handled it a long time ago. Where do you want to handle it? We'll set up the ring on Burbank and Fulcher. How about that? You know, we'll just ask Farmers Insurance or whatever the business is right there. If we could just use the parking lot just for an hour, we'll set up the ring right there. How about that, Alvin? That's right, you guys. You guys, I'm going to be wrapping it up right now. We're coming up on the hour and a half mark. We're going to be catching that Uber really, really fast. I highly appreciate you guys. Dallas was great. Don't get mad at me, Texas. Just California, you know, Mexican food is just one level above Texas Mexican food, just one level. You know what I mean? I think it might be that in Texas, it might be the salsa, or it might be that que quieren la carne que sepa más en su jugo, and those are not negative things, those are positive things. It could just be the preparation of it, you know. And or it also could be I grew up in California only eating California tacos, which are very delicious. Not just that, Mexico. Okay, I've been to Michoacan, Jalisco, Durango, Sinaloa, Mazatlan, you name it. I've been to Mexico. That's right, DFW photographer. I appreciate that super chat, cabron. Appreciate it. And to the members only, gracias. You guys, the biggest perk in the members only is they have VIP, which is like $80 to $100 tickets for content creator series of fighting. Any fight that they want to go to, they know they have access to. Those are my members only. That's for $5.99, $7.99, something a month. I highly appreciate the members. And I just dropped my Chicano story part 7. I called it Camp Time. All the desmadre that would happen, all the fades, all that stuff. I don't want to put too much out there, but I called it camp time. So if you want to trip out on that, and those, you know, eating bullets for breakfast stories are the ones you like to click on YouTube, just trip out on the members only. You don't got to stay there, but one month. But if you stay there, then you get VIP access to every fight without saying it. They hit me on my number, and they RSVP, and they come to the fights respectfully, you know, because the fights are, you know, on some grown man shit. Ain't no one pulling up 50 deep, or we ain't gonna have none of that shit happening. It's to settle it. Carlos McMartin's in the casa. Listen to the song called Blue Moon of Kentucky. Órale. That's actually one of my favorite beers, cabron. I just had that on Mother's Day when me and the wifey went to Mother's Day, one of our favorite restaurants, Chart House. Chart House on Cannery Row. I drank at least 2 Blue Moons. I love it because it has a little bit of a hint of an orange taste, very hint. It still tastes like beer, but then they put an orange slice. Está de aquellas, way. Holly says, the fiestas in San Jose de Gracia are happening right now. Puro Teocuitatlan de Corona. Cabron, are you, my mom's side is from San Jose de Gracia, way. Are you from there, cabron? Is, son Arias y Padilla, way. Arias, the last names Arias and Padilla son de San Jose de Gracia. Las fiestas are happening right now. I've been to Teocuitatlan many times. Es el pueblo, what is it, like 15 minutes away? Ahí es donde está la comida, el tianguis, la ropa. I actually bought some Nike Cortez in 1992 or 1993 in Teocuitatlan. It was half of the price. They weren't that good, though. I do have to say this. Se acabaron rápido, se desgastaron rápido. Okay, so the quality probably was on a lower level. You get what you pay for. It was half the price. I bought some Nike Cortez in Teocuitatlan next to San Jose de Gracia. And, you know, as soon as a teenager, as soon as the teenage years came, I stayed away, cabron. I stayed away. I just wanted the streets. Ricky B, stop the cap. Not up north. I'm not sure what's going on, but again, California is just different. And the people that tune in from Texas, New Mexico, Arizona wonder why, you know, in California, in order to have some kind of name, you had to have been behind the walls, have all kinds of ink. Chale, not even. I'm from Teocutatlan. Yeah, I know a couple Padillas. Yeah, that's right, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's right. So Arias is my grandfather's name. And over there, you obviously know in Mexico, they put the mom's last name on you. Uh, 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 last. Here in the United States, the dad's name dominates last and actually overtakes it. In Mexico, they'll put both names of your mom and dad, but they'll put the dad first and they'll put the mom second. So they don't leave off the mom's last. So mom's maternal last name is Padilla.
Yeah, women get married, they don't take on the husband's last name.
In Mexico?
They don't take it on.
Okay, Miss Chicano too also clarified. She said when women get married in Mexico, they don't take the man's last name.
They could say something like me, Santa Cruz, Christine Santa Cruz de Diaz, but it's Santa Christine Santa Cruz.
Okay, got it. They could be like use your maiden name and then say the dad's last name, but don't have to. That's right, my boy Aguilar. I appreciate you, carnal. Gracias for tapping in. Latin Active 209, another hermanos in the casa de. He said, no, they got Tex-Mex. I've never been a fan of California, like 10 times better. And you're talking about, are you in Texas, cabron? I think you're in Texas, right? He said, that's why I'm on my way to Cali right now. I'm going to go get some taco trucks. Hey, not all the some taco trucks, no cuidado, right? I've had some bad encounters with some taco trucks, but yeah, the closer you are to the gente, don't get mad at me, especially my rasta from up north when I say this, but I have no filter and I'm honest and I tell the truth. Life's too short to bullshit, not be real, not be authentic. The closer you are to the border of Mexico, the better the food. The more north you go, it seems que pierden la receta just a little bit. Just a little bit, gente. I know the gente from up north are gonna be like, ah, chale, Mikey, da da da. I mean, just a little bit. Just a little bit. No se agüiten, man. Southtown SD's in the casa. That's right, mi hermano. That's right, my boy. I see you, my boy. We're live in Kentucky, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. We're gonna get ready. We're gonna go ahead and head over to the boda. Congratulations, Ella and Ben. Live on Chicano's Tube, live on Chicano Street. Enrique Ledesma says, negative. My mother took my father's last name and her paternal last name became her second last name in Mexico
In Mexico,
or in the United States.
but not in Mexico.
That sounds like the US way. That doesn't sound like in Mexico.
Well, Mexico, it would be,
Risky business. My DI has my both last names. Well, trip out on this cabron. I mean, Mexican parents on first generation Chicanos, and this could just be me, they put every last name on you. You I got like three, what is it? Three last names? I got like three or four last names on my birth certificate, man. I got like three or four last names, right? So yeah, Mexicanos will put all of them on there. And a lot of Mexicanos name their kids after themselves. Juniors, segundo, el tercero, el cuarto. Those are beautiful Mexican traditions. I hope Mexicanos never get ashamed of that. I hope they don't get ashamed ever that they're named after their grandfather. They're named after un tío que murió, joven, something like that. Be proud of it, man. Be proud of your heritage. We're in 2024 now. If people are not picking bones and que about this and about that. No, 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 chale. Rising Warrior says, even Salinas is voting blue. Facts. Well, I'll tell you this. The city council, there's some cabrones on the city council I wish weren't on there because they're hurting the community.
Majority of Salinas Hispanics are voting for Trump.
Is it split down the middle?
The majority.
The majority, Miss Chicano 2 just jumped in, Rising Warrior, and said the majority because we know politicians from Salinas.
I know everybody. Like I know every.
Miss Chicano Tube is very popular. Just to let you know, she had to have two Facebooks. You got to the limit on one Facebook, 5,000. She had to open up a second Facebook, and again, because of her business, and well, that's why we're here because of her business. Yeah, so the majority are voting
Trump.
for red, not blue, for Trump. Since now we know who is down to the wire is Trump. He's going to be the best choice in November. Again, no feelings, all policies. No feelings, all policies, gente. Let's keep that a buck. DL. Okay, that's right, risky business. You guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go live in Kentucky. Maybe I'll do another one when we hit Atlanta mañana. Let's see what Atlanta has what? Southern cooking. Ooh, that cornbread. Chinga, that's so good. Have you ever had the cornbread? The wifey made it the other day. Cornbread. It was like a carne molida. What else did it have in it? It was so good, man. Didn't have like a sweet taste. It was a contrast, huh? Oh man, yeah. So no, the wifey can cook, man. So, anyways, we'll go down there. We'll go live in Atlanta, and then ultimately we'll get back to California, you guys. Erod, the majority at my job are voting for Trump. Yeah, because business owners like business incentives. They like the way he structures the taxes for their businesses. He alleviates a lot of the red tape for the businesses. That way they can prosper, and ultimately that leads to hiring more people. Hiring more people means more raza with salaries. Why do you think the majority of the wall that was built, and I think they only finished like half of it or three-quarters of it, the majority of the wall was built by raza? Do you think the raza that built the muro, the wall, which is basic security for any country? Come on, let's keep it real. Before you say que es racista the wall, well, then all the other walls and all the other countries that divide China from India, from this or from that, then you can say this.
Mexico's very racist with Central Americans. Mexicans don't want Central Americans near their
Damn, damn. I don't know. I don't know if I should say that. Mexicans,
Mexicans try to keep their borders very close. They don't want Central Americans to cross the border. They don't want Central
damn.
Americans.
Mexicans don't want Central Americans in Mexico. Chingado. And I don't know if I should end it on that because people are going to start commenting.
I mean, I'll say it. That's the truth.
All right. So, anyways, here we go. Yeah, so they're voting for Trump because the business owners are behind him 1,000%. But anyways, most of the raza built the wall. Yeah, they weren't caring about that. There was a nice fat salary that ended up improving the quality of their life. They're not concerned about the politics. We are. They're not. That's right, Bird. I appreciate you, cabron. Washington. Oh, he's in Washington. He's in a blue state. Yeah, yeah, there's several blue states that are in bed with each other. Oregon, Washington is in bed with California, is in bed with New York, is in bed with Michigan. Texas is trying to stop that from happening. Again, I'm a conservative, gente. I don't hang off one politician. There's not one politician that's a magic pill. But when it comes to bettering our communities, come on now. And when it comes to what we line up with, gente, let's keep this a buck. We're like Italianos. I see. We went to an Italian restaurant. Right outside the window, it said God, family, passion, loyalty, something like that. It said, and I'm like, yeah, exactly like Mexicanos, man. Nate loves, hey, that's right, Chicana. That's right. I appreciate you, cabron. Mikey, wifey, chat mods, deuces. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, Bird. Gracias, man. Hey, have a wonderful Saturday, you guys. It's waiting time. We're gone. We'll be back tomorrow, possibly in Atlanta, and I'll let you know what we eat over there. Live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Remember the most important. Oh, was Paco a sellout? In my opinion, he didn't sell out. He evolved. Period. All right, you guys, live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Remember the most important thing that I always say? The most important thing that I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.